So it just a little background to our viewers. Sekisho Corporation is basically a parent corporation where it has tied up with Amity University and other universities as well. I suppose, and it will bring us Japanese corporations, more Japanese corporations like Samsung, big Japanese corporations, Samsung, and some other. Oh my God, what do you what else do you have in mind, Rishit?
Okay.
One is Samsung. Samsung is actually Taiwan, but I think.
Well, I don't remember all the names. Names, but I know Sekisho Corporation.
Panasonic. I remember they told that Panasonic might come in. So
Ikebara
basically,
Corporation, right?
So basically, big corporations are gonna arrive, and stay tuned for that as well. That we will cover them as we see fit. So what our main takeaway was from that pre-placement talk was we need to know at least C1 language of Japanese.
It's N5 in Japanese language. N5, yeah.
So Japanese and their work culture was it was something that people were talking about a lot. What were your views on that?
Okay,
work culture in Japan.
Thank you, Neelanjan, for that.
Yeah.
Sekisho Corporation, as Neelanjan quoted, is a corporation that brings us collaborated companies from Japan, so that we could go there and work for them. So Japan has a severe need for employees, so that they could work. As the mediator quoted, I still remember, Japan is good in hardware. They need people in software, and in India, being a company with prime software developers, they are turning towards India so that they could take some workforce from
India to Japan.
Yeah, exactly. So my key takeaway from Sekisho Corporation pre-placement talk was that, like, of course, as Neelanjan quoted, we need N5 level of Japanese, and they would be really happy if you have a N4 level as well. And plus, Japanese culture is very much particular about their language. Okay, they are very serious about the language that they speak. As in India, it's not we. Of course, there are many languages in India, but we are not very much particular to talk in our native language. It's majorly English.
That is true, because we have a different way of thinking than Japanese or English or anyone else. We feel that having a basic knowledge of English means that we are corporate ready, and we can strive for a good job. But it is the other way around for Japanese, because I have seen that in that pre-placement talk, they had no clue about English, and a mediator had arrived, who was Indian, and she was speaking whenever they had a Q&A session. So some of the people who were asking about work culture or some questions about their Japanese counterparts who have achieved great milestones.
Right.
And but achieving great milestones, but still they love their country so much that they never thought of language being a barrier.
Right.
So they embraced their own language, and they brought a mediator, a translator, instead of learning the language before coming to India. And I feel that their first response for that I still remember someone asking what was some Japanese corporate guys first take on India, and it was that the roads were really dangerous.
That was funny, yeah.
So there's a lot of difference in their culture and our culture, but that does not mean that people are not willing to embrace our workforce there. They are very much willing. That's the reason they came to us. And anything else you want to add on, Rishit?
Well, the only thing I would like to mention now is that all the viewers or anyone who is willing to apply for a job in Japan should get their basics cleared. Plus, they need to know Japanese. They quoted, if you have a good hold on Japanese, you are already ahead of a lot of people. So that will be all.
That is true. And also I've seen the translator also mentioned that if you are really extraordinary, like really extraordinary, but you lack the language skill of knowing Japanese, they are willing to take you there, even if you do not know Japanese, but you still have to learn it. It is a barrier that you have to pass.
Right.
That is something that I found is a little rigid. Because usually someone doesn't force you to learn their language. Like if there are a lot of people outside of India, naming in UK or US who know English, but they are still functioning there. There are a lot of people who can function well without knowing English. And age is not a factor there as well. So, but that was something really rigid that I found. That language is a big barrier that you have to cross, and they are not willing to basically cross that barrier. They are just there to give you an opportunity, which is fair. It is okay. It is fair that they are giving a work opportunity and giving you a lifestyle different lifestyle. So what are your further views on language? Because I feel that is something really different, which any other company will offer.
I think we mostly covered it all, but okay, so to just answer your question, I think Japanese is something you need to learn to get these jobs, and even if you want to get these jobs, you need to make sure that you are very well equipped in these languages, so that if you need to survive over there.
That's true.
The Elevated Podcast, streaming now on Spotify and YouTube Music.